guys.
Welcome back to Harsh-Worded, Tender-Hearted. Before we get into it, I just wanted to ask if anybody had any creatine tips, because look at my cankles. I just realized they were going to show the whole video. I just realized because I always sit like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, my cankles are going to show the whole
They're
video.
not bad.
My cankles are awful.
They're like the same size as my ankles.
I'm so sorry.
Which is like saying no, like
Oh my
no,
God,
that's saying a lot because we have like I have bigger legs. Like I'm built bigger. Like
okay, true.
You know, like
okay, they are don't look that big, but like I am tiny. I'm gonna sound awful, but I'm tiny framed and I'm 4'10".
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like my size ankles on me is normal, but my size ankles on you are like
it's bigger.
It's not normal.
Yeah, like it is genuinely concerning when guys are attracted to me because I'm literally. Not only do I look like a child when you see me in person, I'm built like a child, like a 10-year-old girl with boobs. Oh. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm never dating anybody again.
You know what they kind of look like? American Girl doll legs. I mean that affectionately.
I think they look like those when they're bursting out of the cinnamon roll thing.
Oh my God. That's or like sausages when you cook them and it's like bursting out of the casing.
Yeah, that's what my sock indent. Like my socks are making huge
indents.
I
get those in the summer.
Oh my God. It's insane. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about how to get over someone you never dated. As we've spoken about in the past, we both in the past year and a half or so.
Yeah, I would say that. I know, I like
have had to kind of figure out how to get over people we never dated.
Which is sad.
Unfortunately. But
I think it's harder than getting over somebody that you did date.
No, I know. Like, I fully was in a relationship with a girl that I thought I was going to marry for years, and we had an apartment together. I got 4 cats out of it. Like, it's, oh my God. Like,
yeah, it's actually insane to me, that fact that you almost got married.
No, I know,
like,
right?
She was like, I might propose if we go on this family trip.
No, I know. And it's like, I had an easier time getting over that. I did this last one, which is crazy. I have a really hard time with no contact. Really hard time. She has a better time with that than me. We've talked about that before.
Yeah, I struggle with it, but I'm like, it's kind of like I take a slap to my wrist, like I hit a ruler, like a metaphorical ruler. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about it. Whenever I think about it, I'm like, no.
Okay, true.
I feel like I have to like visualize the pain of being slapped on the wrist. Like I have to like imagine like my friends and all my loved ones like looking at me with a look of disappointment and like taking like a clear ruler and like smacking me in the back of my hand.
It's so bad because everybody loved him.
Yeah, that's true. It's easier for me because
her mom. Yeah. Oh my God, her mom's the worst for it. Like the absolute worst for just reminding me of what I don't have anymore.
Oh my God.
Not even on purpose. I think like it's just like I've had friends that have dated people that I liked better than the people that they're dating now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it's like I get it, but I also don't tell them. While like you know? So
yeah, I don't know why she does that.
Her Audrey, the girl that our cousin that comes on sometimes. The girl. Her son is, oh my God, we had to have a conversation. And it wasn't a conversation that I prompted or like wanted to have, but he just always brings him up.
That's true, yeah.
He hasn't seen him.
They were buddies.
I know. And he saw him a couple days before I ended things.
Oh, really? So, that close?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that, like, when you ended things, it was very much like a now or never. Like, if I don't do it now, I won't do
abrupt.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, he was babysitting the child while me and Audrey went to the gym. And a couple days later, I just decided that was that. And ever since that day, the child will consistently bring him up. And it's hard because the child, like we've said, like Audrey has said herself, like hasn't had a lot of like positive male figures in his life.
True. And
I'm very aware of that. And I try to like do my best to help as much as I can with that. So having that child that close to me, knowing that, looking at me being like, hey, why can't I see this man that I admired so much anymore?
Yeah, that's tough. That's sad.
Why did you stop talking to him? So it kept coming up, and I try to be very patient with it. Obviously, like he doesn't understand. He's 7,
Yeah, he's little.
and my mom was still kind of dating around when she got married when I was 8. So like I was
Oh,
that
true.
age,
Yeah.
so there was boyfriends that I liked better than the other ones, So
yeah, that's true.
I get it, but it's hard being on the other end and listening to it. So I just kind of told him, that like sometimes things don't work out.
Yeah.
And like that's how it happens. And he fully was sitting there looking at me being
Did he not
like,
take it well, or was he like?
well, he's like, well, like, do you miss him? Because I miss him.
Oh, so it was like a full-on interrogation, but like
It
not an
was-
interrogation because they're just kids, so they're literally just curious and asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is very wise beyond his years. I always say this. He's very like regulated somehow.
He's very observant.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he thinks. And you can see, like when you speak to him, he'll
Mhm.
think before he speaks.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Does it make you sad?"
Oh.
So here I am being like, "Yes," because I also don't believing lying to children. Like I'm in that
Well,
boat
yeah.
of like ending generational trauma and stuff like that. So like I want to be honest, and I want him to know that you're allowed to miss people and
Yeah.
allowed to like have sad feelings towards things. So I had to do that whole thing, but like then it's like you put him to bed. I put him to bed. He's sleeping over, and then it's like I'm sitting there alone, and I'm like, nope, I do miss him. I do, like
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there like, whoa, sit on my hands, sit on my hands. Like I fully have to sit on my hands. Does the no contact get easier with time for you?
Usually, yeah, but lately I've been like, as the summer's approaching, because
I know.
yeah, the summer's approaching. I'm kind of struggling with it a little bit, especially since we started talking last summer around this time too. So it's like
Okay,
anniversary effect kind of,
true. Okay, true.
and I'm like,
I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
this the other day. Me and Audrey were talking about it in the group chat, but
oh, I just opened all of those today before walking in here.
okay, yeah. So we stopped talking in March, and the whole trauma-versary thing didn't happen as intensely as I thought it was, because my body goes through that a lot, like without even realizing.
Mhm.
And I didn't really happen as hard as I thought it was going to be in March. And I was like, I did the work. Whatever. And then all of a sudden, it's this weekend.
It like hit you.
Yes, and I'm like, whoa, why am I all of a sudden like freaking out? Like, why do I feel so like weird and like whatever? And I realized that I still had, I've talked about before, like the his sibling. I'm like trying to be so careful because I've already said it. His brother, we worked together after me and the guy worked together, but he left. We stopped working together this weekend last year, I think it was. And I literally, like, I got home from work. And it's funny thinking about it because when I got home from work, that would have been literally the last time I saw him. I would have left work
Mhm.
and come home. And that was kind of the last connection ever I had with this man. Like thinking about it, it was like I couldn't ask about him because we still did talk about him. We talked about his brother a lot. I had just spent every single waking day with him for an entire year, and that's the only thing we really had in common. So of course
Yeah,
we were
you're
always
gonna
talking
talk about it.
Yeah. And it, as much as I hated it, and it was like a blatant reminder staring me directly in the face every single day at somewhere I had to be, of something I was so excited about that was gone now. Like when it was fully gone,
Yeah, it's
I
like
was
you're
like-
losing a bit of a comfort.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it's over. It's over. So like everything was actually over in
Mhm.
May. And now I'm like freaking out.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to me how like to the day it is.
I know. No, you got like
for like everything for you though.
Yeah. I know.
Like,
I know. It's really weird. I think I need a lobotomy, but
you know what? The no contact, it does get easier over time, I think. Aside from sometimes I struggle recently, but I think it's just because it's like I'm very much an out of sight, out of mind sort of thing.
see, me too. And that's why I'm finding it so weird that it's been a year and a half and
And
I'm
you're still
like,
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
Well,
weird.
okay, see, I thought that when his brother, me and him no longer worked together, I thought that it was going to be so much easier. And then I spiraled 10 times harder than I did. And
Yeah,
then I
just because of the finality of it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not good with closing doors.
You know what? I think I struggle getting over people like that because like if I get over it, then that's it. Like anything between us is like done.
You think?
I sometimes, depending on what it is.
Have you you know how like they say kind of like spiritually that like as soon as like you'll never be able to reconnect, especially if it's something like a soul tie, until you kind of come to completion with it,
Yeah.
and then it could come to fruition.
Oh yeah, like the law of detachment kind of.
Yeah, I kind of try to use that to like get over it.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't. It's not.
Hasn't been working.
No, that one specifically, which is so weird.
Has it worked for anything else?
Yeah.
That you
Oh
tried?
yeah. Yeah. And it's weird because it's also almost pride, but the first man I have ever in my life had feelings for, that I've actually like been involved with.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a crush in elementary school on this one guy, ironically with the exact same initials. When I told
Really?
yeah, and when I told the guy, the last guy, this, he started like. First, I told him twice, because one time I told him and he started laughing, and then one time I told him because there was like another ironic thing that we were talking about. There was a lot of like invisible strings there, and I was like, I said it, and he was like, "Really?" And he was like,
Weirded
scared.
out?
Yeah, he like
Why?
was tweaking all of a sudden. I was like, "Fuck."
He's like, you have a type.
I don't know if it was like, or I don't know if it was the piling of coincidences that was freaking him out. But I told him again, he freaked him out. But ironically, they had the same initials, and I had a crush on him we were both new to the school in grade 5. And I had a crush on him from grade 5 all the way through to like grade 12. It like got buried deeper and deeper because like I just started getting involved in high school with people that like I didn't really care about to like feel something or whatever. But that kind of maintained until like after high school we never saw each other again, so like it was whatever.
Yeah.
But this is the only man I have ever been involved with that I've ever had feelings for. So it's also,
I understand why it's hard to.
it also
no
triggered
contact.
like an
Yeah.
existential crisis.
Yeah. That's true,
So-
because you were like girls.
Yeah.
For a very long time before.
So like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't even know who I am anymore. What did Cardi B say? You even got me tripping. You got me looking in the mirror different.
I was thinking that you meant like one of her like live streams, not like a song.
Oh. She says some crazy ass shit.
In her live streams or her songs?
Her well, both. I'm like, true.
Also, when I'm going no contact, it's like instead of just sending the message, I just will write it down. I'll journal it, because we talked about that, like how you journal, your journaling is like structured, and mine is just like the burn book.
See, I do a burn book in like my notes. So
Oh,
like I
okay.
do think like I whatever, but I don't. Okay, sorry, I didn't finish that sentence. I'm trying to break that habit.
Of not finishing your sentences.
Yeah, we joke that I say I'll start talking about something, like I'll say so yeah, this one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, you didn't say anything. You didn't say anything. But I guess I do kind of journal like that. It's just not
not a physical like notebook.
yeah, or a collection of things, because when I'm going through emotions and feelings, I have trained myself to be patient, in the sense that like if I feel it, I'm either feeling it right now or postponing it, and hopefully I kind of forget that sentence that was in my head. So when I want to feel it, or like I feel like I need to get it out, I'll write it down in the moment.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'm like at work.
Yeah, and it's easier to have when you have your phone on you all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I it's harder for me to go back and look at it, which I think helps me. I
On
there's
your
no like
notes?
book for me to open and
That's
like
true.
read through. I have to like scroll through my notes and like whatever. So I just I kind of have to be strict with myself about like not reopening the box.
Sometimes I'll read the notebook when I think that I'm like okay enough and it won't let me spiral. I'll read it and I'll be like, girl.
For some reason, I'm never okay enough for the words. I'll look at a picture, but I'm never okay enough for the words. It can be like
Really?
10 years and I'll look at something you said and I'm like,
I think I'm the opposite.
really?
Yeah, because the picture just brings me back to the moment, and more oftentimes than not, it's a good moment, and then I get sad.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be like, aw.
I have pictures of this man looking at me like I hung the fucking moon.
Oh, see, that would take me out.
Isn't that-
Actually,
like I cannot look at the. And they're like candid photos.
oh man,
Like that I didn't even know were taken at the time until I got sent them a couple days later. And I have like videos of like Oh my god, that is crazy. Of this man, just like candid videos of this man just like literally staring at me like I
Yeah, that's tough.
I get, don't I do delete pictures,
delete?
videos,
No.
conversations.
Well,
No.
it depends. With Danny Boy, I still have them on my phone. I
Okay, yeah.
usually do though.
Really?
Yeah, like ex-boyfriend was like literally an hour after I was like delete.
Really?
But with Danny Boy, I don't know what it is. It's just there, and I think it's just because it's like I have to kind of deal with like the what ifs and like grieve the potential that we could have had.
Like learn to close the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm always like, oh, what if things were different? What if he was different? What if this was different?
No, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the relationship, it was like there was no room for the what ifs because it was like this is how it was.
Right.
Like we already had, so like it was like we were official was this thing and it fell apart.
Right.
Where it's like Danny Boy never really started. Like there's always uncertainty about what we were.
Right.
I think so. That's why I think the pictures. I don't even look at them. They're just in my phone.
Sometimes I hate when when you swipe left on your camera on your home screen and that picture comes up on the top.
Oh, I took that off my.
Oh, okay.
My
I need to
notification
take that
thing.
off.
Yeah, I took it off.
I need to take
Because
it
I hated it coming up because it was always a jump scare.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to figure out how to like rearrange my, what is it called? Like a notification center, like a something like that.
I
Just
don't.
people staring at me when I accidentally swiped left. I couldn't do it, so I was like, yeah, no.
I can't. I still have. I don't think I've ever deleted a picture of anybody that I've ever been involved with ever.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like. This last one obviously bothered me a lot more than all the others, but they never bothered me. Like even that girl that we talk about, like I look back on the pictures and I'm like, that's crazy. But like, I don't know. Like I'm like a hoarder of all memories.
Mm-hmm.
A hoarder of all memories, and I need to stop that. But
Even like the physical photos I had too, because sometimes I'll take photos on my phone and I'll go to Walmart and print them out and just keep them in a box under my bed. Like even that, I literally like, and when I was deleting everything off my phone when me and my ex-boyfriend broke up, I even went there and I like threw out all of the physical photos.
Really?
Yeah, because usually like the physical photos, like I just put them in a box and I don't touch them for like years.
yeah.
But like even then, it was just like I didn't feel any ways about it either.
That's crazy.
Like it wasn't like me like mourning the loss of like deleting a photo or something.
Yeah.
It was literally just like I don't want this in my room.
That's crazy.
Like I wasn't like sad to like delete it or throw it out, and I wasn't like angry either.
Right.
Yeah.
I have not opened Snapchat memories since the beginning of December of 2021.
Whoa.
I know.
3 years, it's a long time.
I know. Isn't that insane?
Isn't that
I still
crazy?
save everything because ever since then, I kept thinking, like, if I keep saving the memories, like, whatever, like, I'll be able to look at them one day. And, like, I think I just can't. I'm so big the past few years on, like, not regressing because, like, I feel like for so many years before that, I was, like, just regressing and letting myself, like, do cycles over and over and over and over again, that it was just kind of like a, just don't look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't look at it. Don't open it. Don't even give yourself the chance to spiral in that way. So I've never opened it again, which is insane. That's a long time. Now that
That
I'm
is a
thinking
very
about
long
it.
time. 3 years.
Like that's insane. I always say that it's a lot easier to be angry than it is to be sad about a situation.
Oh, definitely,
Like especially
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So sometimes I like just make myself angry. Just so I'm not sad.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable being sad.
Yeah. And it's like hard and then it turns into a thing that like just drags on and on and on.
Yeah.
At least for me. Like I don't know if that's normal.
To have your sadness drag on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like
I would
so
say it's pretty
long.
normal.
Yeah. So I just try and be angry about it. I also hold a lot of guilt with anger. So I struggle, but it is sometimes easier to feel guilty and angry than it is to feel
Sad?
yeah, sad and heartbroken and like hopeless. So think of ways to make you angry about the situation. And it's hard when there's like not a lot of things to be angry about.
I know you sort of have to start like making things up.
That's what like
Yeah.
this last one, like there's I always say the only problem was that like I always say he wasn't ready. I don't think either of us were ready to like to be
Actually
honest.
start something.
Yeah, to be honest, I think if it were to happen, I would have said yes. But do I think right now in this point in my life that I'm the best version of me that I can be to build the relationship I want for the future? No. So like I don't think either of us were ready to commit,
Mm-hmm.
and like that was like literally quite literally the only
The
problem.
only problem.
Yeah. So it's
He
kind
was
of like
nice.
I can sit there and be angry all I want. Like you couldn't commit. I couldn't commit either. I wasn't
Yeah.
like in the place to be rightfully committing either. So what am I?
It kind of negates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like then I'll start thinking of things like, he jog walks.
He's balding.
He's bald. He's bald. He's not balding. He's
He is bald.
Okay. Let's get one thing straight. Car guy is bald.
Is he actually like bald? Like shiny top bald?
He
Because I could have sworn he had hair.
no.
Oh my god, really?
There's no way I'm remembering wrong. I don't like I sometimes live an alternate reality than everybody else for some reason. Like it's not even that I'm making things up or lying, but like I genuinely have this memory that it happened different. Like it's so weird. So I don't know if I'm just remembering wrong, but no, like he has a hat. He always wears a hat, and when I like looked at him, like it's the hair stops at the ears.
Yeah, the hair stops at the ears, but he still has hair. So every time you say that he's bald, I always think it's like a ring of hair. Like
No, like stops at the ears from his beard.
oh
Yeah.
that's always been weird to me how people like grow beards but no with their bald.
right?
Yeah.
It's like shiny.
Oh my god.
You know, like my forehead all the way around. I think I'm pretty sure. Like I'm almost 110% positive.
Yeah, so focus on the bad traits because it'll make you angry, and that's better than being sad.
Say, oh my god, no, you know what? I was thinking about this the other day, going along with the whole being angry instead of sad thing.
Mhm.
And I did find a kind of reason to be angry,
What is it?
which I'm so fucking thankful for, especially in this like traumaversary time.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about the timing of everything. And I said before I was very open about my feelings. We'd had conversed about them before.
Mhm.
And I think I had spoken about we never really fought, but there was like one time where I'm just gonna say Brooke Schofield had a similar story. Don't dog on me too much.
What is it?
Oh my god, we also both have BPD. But I just got so anxious in my head all of a sudden on his couch.
Okay.
Like Brooke Schofield was with Pool Boy and just started bawling her eyes out in her house because she was like, oh my god, this isn't like what I think. Like it's just
okay,
like
yeah.
the pretend got too much for her in the moment. And the playing pretend got too much for me in the moment.
Okay.
I don't remember if it was something he said, but I like started to panic. Like I had like a full-fledged fucking panic attack in the dark on this man's couch at like 1 a.m. Like my lowest moment. My lowest moment ever in this world. But I was freaking out, and he actually, you know what, did very, very well. This makes me very, very sad because I always say I'm too much for people to handle, just like shut off all the lights, like sat next to me. He was like, do you want me closer or further away? Like just sat in silence. It was like,
That sounds very considerate of him.
it was crazy,
Mhm.
especially for not my boyfriend. There's
True.
a girl crying on your couch.
Yeah.
Like hyperventilating for nothing. Well, for something, but like for
him, it would
no-
be like
yeah,
it would be like, why are you?
exactly. Like
Yeah.
what is going on? Please get out of my house.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh my god, like I couldn't really speak, like I couldn't like whatever, and I just had to go home. So I calmed down and I went home, and I was weird because I was like, I think I like this guy, like I think the playing pretend is getting too much for me. And that he, again, very, very good about it. He had messaged me, I think that night or the day after, whatever, kind of just being like, hey, like he always did this thing where it was like, I don't want you to think that I'm like not thinking about you, or I'm not like whatever. It's like, I know you need space and it's cool and we'll talk tomorrow. Love.
That sounds
Need that.
Yeah, that's good communication right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like that has become a requirement for me. Like you need to be able to do that. But during that whole thing, I couldn't speak, but I could get out like just like I can't do this anymore. Like I can't do this anymore. I can't, like this dynamic's messing me up, and that's like all I could really say. And then I think he was like trying to understand what I was trying to say, and with the things that I was saying, I don't remember what it was because it was such a moment of distress. I don't even know if I meant it all, to be honest. But he goes, "My bad, Natasha. I thought maybe you might have liked me." And the next day or whatever, he like, again, he messaged me when I got home, or the next day, the next time we spoke again. That's when I was open about my feelings for him.
Okay.
So he knew prior to me saying it.
Yeah.
He had an inkling. I said it. He said, I feel the same way, but I'm not ready to deal with it yet. And then the dynamic continued for months.
I'm a little flabbergasted.
So I'm a little bit angry. I'm a little bit angry now. Like putting it in a timeline.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm a little
The timeline
bit
was
upset.
healthy, actually. Helpful.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Healthy, helpful. It was not the healthiest, but it was helpful for me.
Like, screw that. Screw you, you know?
That is a good reason to be angry, actually.
So that's the only reason I found so far, but like it is always, always, always easier to be angry. Something else too is to believe in yourself. Or sorry,
I'm like, oh my god, yeah, believe in yourself.
I meant to say believe yourself. Like, you know, oh my god. You know how you get into those cycles of like
You're kind of gaslighting yourself.
or like, was it real?
Yeah,
Was it real? Did
yeah.
they like, oh my god, was I making it all up? Like, whatever, believe yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it was real to you, regardless of whether it was real to them, it was real to you. You know you're capable of that. You know that there are people out there that you could feel that for, because that was something I struggled with, is like, I had never had that feeling of like, whoa, so specifically belonging somewhere.
Yeah.
Ever, anywhere in my life, like home, school, work, like friends, anywhere in my life, I'd never ever felt it that much. So then when it ended, especially at like, I was 25 when we met. So it's kind of like this late in my life with my fucking track record. No way I've never felt that.
Yeah, and then there's kind of an inkling where you're like, what if I never find
Exactly.
that?
Like, what if it was so rare in that person that it was like, oh my god. But knowing that like it was real and it can happen, like there's no reason I can't do it again.
That is so true, and I love that.
It's the trenches out here, but I'm trying so fucking hard. So I have always also, I think this is another reason it's so hard right now. There's never been a time in my life where I haven't used somebody else to get over somebody.
I mean, you've been celibate for like, how long now?
A long time, over a year.
Long time.
So like,
So you're doing pretty well.
right? But like, I think that could have also be why it's like so hard.
True, it's different from your normal.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to like throw myself, like I'm literally sitting with myself and being like, okay, figure it the fuck. I'm tired of my own shit. You know,
Yeah.
like figure it out, or like just have situationships for the rest of your life, girl. Like,
What made you not use somebody to get over this one?
sick of my own shit. Like I'm 27 and I'm like, this is like, I've always dreamed of this white picket fence, like married. Again, marriage came later, but like union family household that's like loves each other, has like sayings on the wall, and
so you're just like, it's time to pack it in.
yeah,
It's time to change.
yeah. Like, Natasha, your words are not matching your actions at all.
How about though?
So I just kind of sat with myself. But oh my god, is it awful? Is it worth it? Yes. But is it awful? Yes. So for our segment today, we are revisiting lyrics we love, but we are doing the love edition. Lover girls unite. My first one is "You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be."
That's a good one. I love that song. That song gets way too much hate.
It gets hate.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
It does. It's like, oh, you're at a party and a guy like pulls out his guitar and that's the song he's doing. It's like people think it's cringy.
Oh,
like that
my
song.
god.
Yeah, that song gets hate on like the internet.
God.
It makes me sad whenever I see it.
When I think about that song, I think of my friend Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, should I say her name? But I'm like, I've said her name before, and it's like we're never saying anything bad, and she's also in the weed industry. So Brittany has a friend, and she on Facebook one day like said something, had one of those statuses that was like, when a man tells you you're beautiful, but the Goo Goo Dolls said. And then we were commenting lyrics back and forth, and I was like, no, like, it's so true. Because, like, you called me hot, but, like, the Goo Goo Dolls said that I'm the closest to heaven that they'll ever be. So
no, I love that song.
I'm obsessed with that song. It's, like, upsetting to me, kind of.
Really?
Like, it makes me kind of, like, nostalgic almost.
Yeah. I feel that. A lot of songs make you feel that way.
I know, right?
especially like middle-aged dad rock songs. Like any song from like The Script.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. The Man Who Can't Be Moved.
Oh, I love that song.
I'm literally the woman that can't be moved. I will sit on that corner for the rest of my life. Oh my god.
How wonderful life is while you're in this world. Your song by Elton John.
That's, oh my god, I'm like, I know those words. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I love
that song. Such a good song.
It is such a good song.
It feels like a hug. It feels
my
like
God.
walking out on a sunny day. It's like, oh, you think that?
That actually for a long time was in my head. Again, we love music, we love to sing. I've always dreamt, this is so cheesy, of like singing lullabies to my kids.
Oh my god, me too.
And that's one
me
of the
too.
songs. That's on my
that
list.
one and Isn't She Lovely?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, la nanita. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, this one's more like a song because you know how there are like love songs that make you feel all lovey-dovey inside, but then
Yeah.
all the lyrics are stupid as shit?
Yeah, I have a song like that too.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lover by Taylor Swift.
Ah.
In actuality, I think the lyrics are so cheesy and so cringy.
But the actual like song itself, it's like, aw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think like kind of knowing that she just is like the things she says are cringy, it's like a cute. Like it's cute coming from her.
Yeah. Because she's in love.
Exactly, right? And a little bit more specifically, like when she says those, this is so annoying, but when she says the things like, this is our place, we make the call, that one, I've talked about like my struggles with like the home before, and again, have dreamt about the white picket fence. So it's kind of like, I've always dreamt of those days of like having my own place with somebody where like we're making the rules. Yeah. Like this is our home, you know?
Love that.
So I love that.
I didn't include it in my list, but a song like that for me is House Key by Scott Hallman, where basically he's like, the lyrics are just, they're so like not great. But the whole song is just like, these are the things that we're gonna have in our home.
Okay,
like, can I have a house key? Like, can we give each other a house key? And I'm like, aw, cute. The actual lyrics though were just like cringe, but it's a cute song.
Right.
I had a feeling I could be someone. Fast Car. Tracy Chapman, not the Morgan Wallen.
Love that song.
Not the Morgan Wallen version.
I don't think I've ever heard Morgan Wallen's version.
It was on the radio a lot last summer. Wait, you don't listen to a lot to the radio when you drive?
No.
Yeah.
I never ever listen to the radio. I don't know why. It just pisses me off. No offense. Like I've met amazing radio. Like I've had friends that were like radio broadcasters and they're great people. But like I just can't listen to them. I don't know why. But yeah, I love that song.
I think it's like, you make me feel like I could be someone. It's like, aw.
That is cute.
I need that.
Okay, so this one's another cheesy one. Really, really cheesy.
I love the cheese though.
I do love the cheese. But it goes along with the cheese that I love, my favorite types of cheese. And I heard it. It's by Dan and Shay. And I heard it at a grocery store that I used to work at. They had this song, or they had this playlist, and it was called, insert grocery store name here, Radio. So it was a fixed playlist, and they would only change it around Christmas time and then like in the summer. So it was only like for this all the 6 months we were listening to the same playlist on loop all day. So I would hear the song all the time, and it's From the Ground Up by Dan and Shay. And you know how much I love a From the Ground Up story.
Yeah, building love.
Yeah. And one of the lines says, again, this is kind of more like a whole song thing, but they say, me and you, baby, will walk through the footsteps, build our own family one day at a time. And like it goes on and on. They're like, we'll build this love from the ground up, for the worst or for better. And it starts off with like, grandma and grandpa painted a picture, 55 years in one little house, like something. It's pretty much like making the love that you have kind of follow all the love that was before.
Oh, that's sweet.
But building it from the ground up together.
Sweet.
I know, right?
I love that.
And like that's my favorite love story. Which is crazy because I don't think I've had like I've been shown the best examples of love, but I think that's why I want it so bad.
Yeah.
So like, oh, that song makes me bawl every time. I want it to be my wedding song, I think.
Really?
Yeah. But I say that I have a list of like 50 wedding songs, so I think it's just gonna have to be a remix. Well,
a melody.
A medley. Oh my god, that is so funny.
My next one is also a From the Ground Up kind of song.
Okay.
Called Honeybee by The Head and the Heart. I'm pretty sure this couple is divorced though. Because they were,
I hate when that happens.
I know, it makes me so sad because their love songs are so good.
Did you see Us the Duo divorce?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But the lyrics is, we made a garden of the love we found.
Oh, I love
Isn't that cute? Because it's like blooming and it's like love and it's just like the image so cute.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. And like the actual song itself, the way it's arranged is very much like peaceful love. Like it could be the soundtrack of like a child whose parents have like the healthiest like loving relationship, like frolicking through a garden that their parents physically like. If I could direct a music video to this song, it would literally be a child like frolicking through the garden that their parents made and then like falling in love and then like growing old with
Oh my god, and then actually they're on the hospital bed and they're having a flashback of all their life.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, like that's literally the type of music video I would do for the song.
That's so funny. My next one is I would walk 500 miles. And I would walk 500 more just to be the man that walked 1,000 miles.
Take away the memeability of that song, though. It is a good song.
See, Sleeping at Last?
Yeah.
Okay.
That, oh my god, the arrangement of that one is really good.
Yes, and that, I remember hearing that for the first time, I think on Grey's Anatomy, and I fell in love with it, and I was like, that is what is going to play in the background when I walk down the aisle.
Oh, cute.
Again, changes every day. It changes every relationship. But that's like one of those ones that's like, when they sing it specifically, oh my god. Like the feeling that arrangement gives me is the feeling that I need when I'm looking for a partner. That's what I need to look for.
Does it ever stress you out having to pick one song to walk down the aisle? Because that stresses me
out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm like, how am I ever going to pick?
That's what I'm saying. It needs to be a remix.
Love is the Tuesdays. Tuesday by Jake Scott.
Wait, what?
That's the lyric. Love is the Tuesdays.
I fucking love that because Tuesday's always been one of my favorite days of the week for some reason. It's my favorite weekday. Mm-hmm. And I love the book. I think I've told you about it, called Tuesdays with Morrie.
You got me that book.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a good book.
I love that. Love that.
Yeah, and it's basically the whole of the gist of the song is like he's going to his girlfriend's father like to ask for his blessing, to ask her to marry him. And then it's basically the father giving him advice for like marriage and having like a good marriage or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's a good song. It's like Love is the Tuesdays. Oh, there's also like a wedding like version of that song where it's like the string version.
Oh my god, I love strings.
Mm-hmm.
I need strings at my wedding.
Oh yeah,
need. Would you have a wedding singer? So it's been a dream of mine to be a wedding singer, specifically because of the movie, The Wedding Singer.
Really?
I used to love that movie.
I know I've watched it, but I can't remember it.
The scene of him singing in the plane is the reason that I have high standards.
Maybe I should go watch that tonight. I actually don't know.
That and 50 First Dates are the reason that I have such like hopeless romantic tendencies. Okay, so my last one, funny enough, is not an actual song.
Oh.
And it is a song that one of my friends that I used to be like very, very close with wrote. And this girl, first of all, if anybody sees this, go on YouTube and search up Hayley Hamilton. This girl is like an amazing songwriter. She's an amazing lyricist, kind of like giving Taylor Swift.
Love.
Like very much so tells the story, like it's kind of like you're listening to a diary almost being sung.
I love songs like that.
And she's a great musician. Like if there's any instrument in the world, put it in front of her and she'll play it. And if she can't, she'll learn within 5 minutes on her own.
Oh my god.
She's insane.
Talented.
She has written a lot of songs. And I am like her biggest fan. Like not even kidding. She would send me voice notes of this song, and there was like times where like I would get a new phone and I'm like, hey,
Send
like
it.
I need them again. And I'd like listen to them in the car while I'm driving.
Oh, I love that.
And there's this one song, again, has made the list of like what I would want to walk down the aisle to.
Oh my god, you should ask her.
Right.
To sing. I wouldn't.
But I think she had it titled God Gave Me You. And I'm not Catholic or Christian. Like I'm not.
You're not like practicing.
Yeah, I'm
You're
not
not religious.
religious or anything, but I think it was just like kind of the premise of the song. And she wrote a slew of songs when she was in this relationship with this guy, and this was one of the songs that she wrote for this guy. Which, if you think, they're not together anymore, so it's like kind of heart wrenching, but like, it's one of those songs that every time I think about love, like I always sing it in my head. And like when I think about it, like meet people or like watch videos that like, you know, those videos that have like soft music in the background. It's like, when was the last time you were in love? Like that's what plays in my head. And she says like, God gave me you when I thought I had nothing left. God gave me you when I didn't deserve it. God gave me you for something to live for and something that I could lose. God gave me you.
Oh, that's good.
I know, I'm gonna cry. And the whole song is just kind of like how they were both kind of like in such low points with their life and they found each other, and it's like, it was kind of like a reason to keep going.
Story.
Yeah. And it is like, I will bawl every single time. Such a talented girl. So talented.
I need to go listen to this.
It's crazy. She has other ones too. Like there was one where she got her heart broken by this guy in high school. She wrote this when she was in grade 11. I think it was actually, so I'd mentioned before that I volunteered at my high school in like grade 12 and then grade 12 plus, and then for a couple years after, with the vocal ensemble. And I remember, and the vocal class. And I remember she used a song for one of her songwriting assignments. And she was like 16, and I have like known every word to that song ever since, because it's like crazy about how she got her heart broken, and then how like they always come back, but like the hard truth about he always comes back. And it's, oh my God.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me of this one girl that I listen to now. Like she's a natural, like she does music for her job now. The song that she got famous off of was literally her English assignment.
Oh my God, I love that.
About The Great Gatsby.
Who is it?
Ella Jane, I think. My last one is from This Is How You Fall in Love by Chelsea Cutler and Jeremy Zucker, I believe.
I love them together.
Yeah,
I love when they sing together.
I love when they sing together. They have the little EP. It's like, oh my God, amazing. Let Go and I Hold You Up. I think it's very trusting to love somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of the two of them playing the piano, and they're like, do 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 do, and they're like, how about that?
Yeah,
I can't even explain to you how that song makes you feel. So seeing that, like, and they were just like, that was what they just
thought
the
making
of.
It was yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, you just sat at the piano and played that beautiful thing and said, how's that? That's crazy.
I remember watching their like making of the album sort thing, or making of the song sort thing, and they said that This Is How You Hold You Up. This Is How You Fall in Love was written after they wrote one of their other songs based off of the lyric All My Love Side to Side. It was that specific lyric that triggered them writing song? This Is How You Fall in Love. I don't remember what the original song was. I think it was Parent Song. I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
I love them singing together.
Yeah.
Who's the other people that sung together that oh my God. If the World Was Ending.
Julia Michaels and...
I can see his face in my head.
I know it because they dated for a long time.
Yeah.
And then they broke up. And it made me so upset.
I know, right? I was like, the world is ending.
No, I know.
Oh my God.
And she went on the Voice or whatever. What was it? The Voice?
I think so. Yeah.
And like she was one of the like mentor coaches for the special episode, and she was like, actually, I wrote this song about like the guy I'm dating now, like the love of my life. Like I met him. And I was like, oh my God.
I can't. No, I can't. I hate
JP
when that
Sachs.
happens. Yes.
That's who it was.
Yes, he was in Toronto recently.
Was he?
Yeah, at History.
I found out that they broke up through Twitter while I was waiting for my train. So I was in a train station, so upset. I don't know why. Like, I just loved them together. I was like,
and it's kind of like dance. How I always say that, like, I'd never let my significant other go on Dancing with the Stars. I would just be insecure about it. But music is kind of like that same thing. I don't think it's more mentally intimate. I feel like the dancing is hard because you're so physically on top of each other all the time.
Yeah.
Your bodies have to become one. But when you're singing, there's like a vulnerability.
Yeah, you're like bearing your soul.
Yeah.
I love when they sing together. I spent that entire train ride just listening to their music and being sad that they were broken up. Mm-hmm. There also was the thought in my head, like, oh my God, I can't wait to hear the music about this breakup though.
I'm dead.
Which they have put out music since breaking up, and it has been good.
You know what? I love though that they both have like those songs that's kind of like if the world was ending.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like they were already in the song broken up, and it's like if the world was
It's
ending.
like a full circle thing.
Yeah, and then same with You Were Good to Me.
Oh, You Were Good to Me.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like it turns into one of those like things that
You Were
it's
Good
like
to Me gets me every time.
they have it together, they sing it together. When they listen to it, it's together. Like that's crazy. I think that would wreck me actually.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be able to listen to it.
That would wreck me. Oh my god. So that's all that we have for today. Thank you for watching and or listening.
Make sure you're following us on all of our socials at HWTH.
And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.